Hello, Stampers! Welcome to the LovenStamps studio. This is Maker Mornings with Meg, episode 300! Yay! The crowd goes wild. Anyway, I am really glad you guys are here. 300 times we've gotten together for Maker Mornings with Meg, and this is meant to be a fun celebration. So I have a project today, had to get an eye out for it there, where we are going to make a mini party piñata. And this project is one that was taught to me by the fabulous Kathy Roy. So when Kathy designed it, she used a box die that's no longer available. So I've redesigned it so you can make it with anything you want. Just you need something to score your paper, you need some cardstock, and you need some kind of string. The super fabulous Iridescent Trim, can you guys see that, is perfect for this. And to kick off our piñata party, we are going, what creature loves to party the most? Clearly the Yeti loves to party the most. So I have the Yeti to Party stamp set, and we're gonna go ahead and use that sweet Yeti. And the other part we're going to combine with that is the Perfect Partners promotion in September. Gives us these fabulous matching dies. Now, I loved Yeti to Party when I first saw it in the mini catalog when it first came out. So I got it right away. But when the dies came out in this month, so September 1st, they're only available to the end of September, so don't wait. But when the dies came out, it made the Yeti even better. So we are celebrating our 300th episode of Maker Mornings with Meg. Thank you guys for being such a fun community to gather with and stamp with and share projects with. Be sure to leave comments if you had a favorite episode along the way or something, some technique or tip or something that you found really helpful from Maker Mornings with Meg. But with that, I think that we probably should get ready to start. I do have a special to share with you guys. We are going to do a 300th episode giveaway, and it's going to be here on Facebook and also on YouTube when I post this there later. So leave a comment, and I will do a random selection of the comments to give away some fabulous stamping prizes. Is my favorite thing. My stamping team, LovenStamps, laugh at my fabulous stamping prizes. But really, they're cool. They're fun embellishments, and they'll be ready for your party. So leave comment so that you can enter. Then I will do our drawing, and I will announce those on Thursday at our next Maker Mornings with Meg, which will help you remember that during season 2 of Maker Mornings with Meg, we are going to have live videos on Tuesdays and Thursdays. So I'll post Tuesdays and Thursdays, 9:30 a.m. Central Time here on LovenStamps Facebook with a repost later on LovenStamps YouTube. All right, whew. Saying hello to everyone. Oh my gosh, okay, the comments are coming really fast now. Hi, Angela, and hey, Tanya, and Terry, and Cheryl, and Melinda, and Teresa, and Kay, and Trish, and Cheryl, everybody who's on there. Anyway, okay, and if you're just watching for the project, here it goes. I'm gonna flip my camera down and we'll get started. All right, thanks, Terry. Terry said congrats. All right, and I'm gonna try this for season 2. I'm gonna try not having a grid paper so that our camera doesn't like move around so much. We'll see how it goes. I'm not sure if I'm gonna like it or not. You guys will have to tell me, especially you guys who've watched forever, will have to tell me what you think. It would help if I had our lines straight though. Let's see, is that straighter? Maybe, okay. Well, anyway, we'll get it figured out. But we have lots of space to work with, and we have our cardstock to start, which is a piece of Fresh Freesia, which is a fabulous in color. And to get started with our Fresh Freesia, we're gonna go ahead and bring in our Simply Scored tool. And I'm going to go ahead, I don't score upside down. I stamp upside down fine, but I don't score upside down. So I'm gonna give you some tips on using this. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna start off with like a 2, 4, 6, 8 box kind of starting point. So a 2, 4, 6, 8 box could not be simpler. You're going to score at 2, 4, 6, and 8. okay? Now, where this for our piñata differs from a regular 2468 box is the way we're gonna score the top and the bottom, okay? So the directions will be written out on the LovenStamps blog later, so you can check for those. But I'm gonna rotate it, and basically we want a 1-inch flap at the bottom, and we want a 2-inch topper at the top. So I'm gonna just score here at the 2-inch, and then I'm gonna score at, well, 4.5 inches, which gives us this 1-inch tab here, okay? Now, if you have a simply scored board, it's my favorite way to score because I know that my lines will always be exactly parallel. If you don't have a simply scored board, that's okay. You can use your trimmer. That also works. And I'm going to cut away for our tab here. Oh, I'm liking seeing everybody's comments. Cheryl says she loved the triple greeting spanner card. Okay, now my problem is gonna be like, 300 episodes, I don't remember these projects. Oh, too funny. Hi, Kelly. Yeah, so we are back in the swing of things. I'm cutting along the lines here to get our box going. And we delivered our oldest to college this weekend for her freshman year. She's having a great time. And we have everybody else back in school. So this is it, session 2. We are back into the swing of things. So, all right. So we've got our pieces cut there up to the score lines there at the top and the bottom. So this is actually going to end up being the bottom, and this is going to be the top. When you have something like this, go ahead and fold all the score lines so that you have your pieces and ready to go on the fold. And the easiest way to assemble the box part of it is to go ahead, I need my Seal Plus here, go ahead and assemble it flat. It's really tempting to want to like hold it like this and stick it, but this risks getting the box all crooked and kind of, doesn't go together square. It's so much easier to just pop some Seal Plus. I love this stuff. If you have any extra there at the end, make sure you fold it back. And then just fold your box flat. So all I'm gonna do is smush that down and burnish it with my finger. And now we know that our box is square, okay? Really outstanding. Now, for the top of our box, we are going to do the very fancy fold 2 down. So we just have that folded down. And then I'm just gonna pinch at the top like this, okay? So we have sort of a milk carton arrangement for the top. The bottom of our box is going to fold together a little differently, but let's go ahead and do our pretty layer first. I wanted to show you this paper. It is Splendid Day. Here are the 6 papers included in this paper. It is from the mini catalog, the July through December mini catalog, but I'm showing it because it is on the weekly deals this week, so you can get it for several dollars off the normal price. So here are the coordinating cardstock colors if you have trouble seeing with the pretty foil. It's really, really pretty paper, and I thought that it would be an ideal companion for our Yeti to party project today. So we're gonna go ahead and take a strip of this. It's, see, now I don't have my grid paper. I can't measure on the fly. It's however wide this is. It's like an inch and a half, I think. And so rather than pre-score it to go around here, that can be kind of dangerous. I'm gonna go ahead and fold it around here. And what I mean by dangerous is that if I score it at 2, 4, 6, 8, it won't fit because there is dimension to the corners, okay? So I cut this strip to be 8.5 inches, the same as our box, and look how little overlap there is at the end. So that kind of proves the point about how dangerous it would be. Now, let's go ahead and fold up our bottom. To do that, I need to make an insert, okay? So this is how the piñata mechanism is gonna work. And super kudos to Kathy Roy again for dreaming up this project years ago. And I was talking to my daughter, today is her first year of her first day of freshman classes at her college. She was consulting with me on what to make for the 300th episode. And she said, oh my gosh, Mom, you have to make the mini piñata. And I thought, oh my gosh, that project, I swear, somebody showed it to me, Kathy showed it to me maybe like 6 or 7 years ago, but it is my daughter's all-time favorite project. So if you're wondering like, oh, are we gonna, get there eventually? We are, and it's worth it. So the next piece I need before I can put my box together is this little piece of cardstock. It's 1.5 by 3 inches, and it is going to get folded in half for stability. And then it is going to get a hole punch in the center, okay? So I'm just gonna go ahead and punch that hole. Now, in order to feed the iridescent trim through, this is a really pretty like I-cord trim. And if you're a knitter, I hope I said that right. Anyway, I've made I-cords, but not for a long time. So it's a really pretty trim. It is hard to stick through there. So I've made a fancy threader from a paper clip where I just pinched this one end and then it fits through my hole. I have this little tab or little hook here, and then all I have to do is put my ribbon through the hook and feed it back. And now I have my piece here like this, okay? So now we have our little tab. All right. And I am going to, I'm not gonna make it complicated. On my sample, I made it pretty simple, and I'm gonna go ahead and do that again. Now, when we get to the tassel part, yes, there's a tassel coming. You could go ahead and make this part connect through, so we can talk more about that when we get there. All right, but then I'm just gonna go ahead and tie a knot here on the back so that I have now a little tab on the bottom, a little pull tab, and I'll trim some extra ends here. And we have our insert for our box, okay? Now the way this mechanism for this piñata is gonna work is this is gonna fit up inside like this. We're gonna close the tabs around it, and then to open it, you'll pull and the confetti will come out. So it can be a little bit of a trick, but you can do it, I promise. So I'm gonna hold this in here, and I'm gonna go ahead and fold around sort of like a shutter, like a camera lens. So we just go, or like you're folding a box, but you don't wanna find the packing tape. And the last flap is going to tuck in here, okay? There we go. All right, and then we have our little pull tab in the middle, all right? So it's gonna be like this, or we're gonna have a hanger here at the top, and then this is gonna pull out like this, dink. Well, you can see. It's gonna pull out, dink, and then all the confetti is gonna come out, although you'd have to, you know, hold it down. All right, so now we can put this trim piece on, and I'm going to go ahead and put a piece of, go ahead and put Stampin' Seal Plus all the way around, and then I'm going to pick a front of our box, which is gonna be this, and then the folds are pre-folded just from our little crimp as we went around, and then I know that our paper will meet in the back, okay? So we have our box piñata started here, almost set. For our last thing on the piñata, we're going to add a hole so that we can put our ribbon through, and we'll give this a kind of generous piece of trim. So I'm gonna go ahead and pop that back through. If you have like a threader or something like that, you could do that. But if you're like me and you aren't sure where those things are, then you can make your own with a paper clip. Really simple. Okay, and then up here, I'm gonna tie. Now, I didn't put our tag on, and I'm gonna show you a trick at the end, because our tag is gonna be our last thing. I'm gonna show you a tag trick for when you've already tied your cute top ribbon and you're like, the tag, I have to put it on. Don't worry, it'll work out. Okay, so here is our Mini Party Piñata, and we need some serious decorations to go with this fun thing, okay? So let's bring in some stamps and our paper. Let's see, I have like a pile of all my paper that I need for this project here somewhere. Where is it? There's part of it. And here is another part of it. Okay, well, we'll use this. All right. Okay, we'll use this. All right, so what pieces will we be using from our fabulous stamp set? Of course, the big Yeti. And to pick my ink colors for this, I went ahead and selected the ones that are in the designer series paper. And so those, again, are these guys here. So I'm gonna go ahead and do our stamping of our Yeti things in Sahara Sand. And that is going to give us a nice kind of neutral, rather than just using black, which would be kind of harsh. line-wise. You could also do gray, but I kind of liked the way these colors go together. And we have our Yeti. Other pieces we're gonna want for this, we're gonna go with the fresh freesia color. So we're gonna need a cute little fresh freesia heart, which is also included in this stamp set. We are going to need some presents for our Yeti to party. Presents from me to you. So remember, I'm gonna do a drawing for some fun stamping prizes. Fabulous stamping prizes, not even fun, but fabulous. And so make sure you leave a comment on this video on Facebook or the video when I post it later on YouTube, and I will draw from those and announce on Thursday who wins the prize. All right, so we have our little heart, we have our presents, we have our Yeti, and then we also are going to need these fun mountains here. Now, in the coordinating dies, there are these mountain dies, and then it took me a little while to kind of figure out what they were, but there are these little snow-capped topper dies like this that you can use with these. So we're gonna use the snow-capped toppers. We're gonna cut those from our white here. And these I'm going to cut from a piece of the silvery paper here. I know it's floral, but you know what? It's pretty. And we're gonna go ahead and cut these. So through the magic of television, I have 2 mountains here ready to go, okay? Love all the pieces. There is actually a die here for every image, I'm pretty sure. I think, yes, a die for every piece. There is a mystery die. It lives right here, and what I figured out is that it actually cuts the arm topper here so that you can tuck things in. So, all right, through the magic of television, I have these cut. I have our snow-capped mountains here to go with our mountains. I have our presents. All right, there we go. And I have our heart. All right. So all of those fun pieces, we can get this out of the way. We're gonna need a label, so we're gonna hang on to this. Oh, and we're gonna need our fresh freesia still. But let's talk about this Yeti die here. So like I said, the Yeti has a fun extra die here. And so when you die cut it, and I use washi tape, you are going to get a slit right here that lets you tuck something in the Yeti's arm, and it's so perfect. Now, the first time you line it up, if you are careful about where you put your washi tape, you can actually reuse this. So I have the 2 dies taped together, so the next one I stamp, all I have to do is pop it on, just like this, and the dies are already coordinated to go ahead and run through to cut my next Yeti. Make sense? Super simple. So that is what that extra little weird line is for. All right, so now we have our Yeti. We're gonna use this piece here, and I'm gonna punch with our postage stamp punch. This is such a great basic shape tool for labels and such. It's gonna be super handy here. Ooh, Anna, that's a great idea. Okay, Anna looked at this and she said that this would be a great way to give grandkids Christmas money. So yes, you could pop that money in here. If you wanted to make this fit a gift card, you definitely could. I think that it would fit kitty corner, whichever you say, kitty corner in there. You might have to size up just a little bit. So instead of starting with a half sheet of cardstock, start with one that's maybe 6 or 6.5 inches tall so that your tabs fit in the right place. All right. So let's go ahead and work on putting our Yeti here together. Oh, I said we need a greeting. So we're gonna go ahead and use this one. Get Yeti to Party, which says it's your birthday under it, but we're not celebrating birthday. We're selling 300 episodes of Maker Mornings with Meg. So instead, I'm going to ink just, did I get it? Yep. Just the Yeti to Party part here, okay? So we have Get Yeti to Party, and no one has to know that it was actually a birthday greeting. And then to decorate that, I'm gonna go ahead and add some banner pieces here. So there we go, like that. And I think that our tag is gonna need an extra little nugget of fun. So I'm gonna go ahead and do this. Now, when I glue things, it's always easier to not handle the gluey part, okay? So put your glue down on the paper, and then you don't even have to get your fingers close to it if you use your take your pick tool to pop that little present on there, okay? All right. So like I said, I'm gonna show you how to add the tag when you've already tied everything and you don't want it to go back. That is still coming, so not to worry, it'll be okay. All right, so speaking of that trick, I'm gonna put a little dot of glue on the top of each mountain and then bring my mountain, turn them right side up, mountain pieces here. I have a tip for you about these. They are meant to line up inside the way lots of the Stampin' Up! Pieces have, you know, like the beautiful little highlight line that make things stand out. So I don't really want that highlight element. I want them to be like full lined up, like this is the thing. So I'm gonna go ahead and take my paper snips and just trim a tiny bit of the mountain on each side so that there we go. So that my mountain topper is actually at the top. Okay, there we go. All right, so let's start putting some pieces on. I'm going to go ahead and put some glue here and place our first mountain like this, okay? Then I think I'm gonna add a little more glue on top and add our second mountain kind of here like this, okay? So we're gonna overlap the edge because, you know, it's a 3D thing, why limit ourselves? And then our Yeti is going to fit right across here. I mean, isn't he sweet? Yetis, of course, are the biggest partiers of all. Clearly, they made a stamp set about it, so it must be the thing, right? Okay, so we're going to tuck the present in his arm. So, like you said, presents at our Yeti party. And I'm going to secure that by just popping a Stampin' Dimensional on the back. So Stampin' Dimensionals are such an easy way to adhere things. And this side, okay? And I'll pop another one on here. Okay, so we have a couple dimensionals on there. And we're going to stick him down here just like this. So his arm is gonna kind of cover up that little area. And then we want our heart to pop on here. I'm gonna put a dimensional on it also. Now, with his arm, I find I don't wanna cover up his hand because it kind of, that like detail of his fingers there, that really kind of makes it perfect. So I'm actually gonna tuck the heart kind of in his arm here, like he's kind of cradling it. That way that fun detail still shows. All right. And let's see, I think we need some bling here to kind of emphasize our heart, right? Because we're so excited. So I'm gonna bring in the adhesive back sequin gems. Oh, here's a candidate. People are posting their favorite technique or tip or whatever. This would be a candidate probably of my own tips, is to always slit your plastic on the side. So I've talked about this a zillion times, but slit the plastic on the side. That way you can always slide your rhinestones and stuff in and out, and you don't have that sticky tab that you're always trying to work around. So, all right. So these are the adhesive back sequins and gems, of which I've clearly used a lot. And I'm gonna go ahead and grab these. So here's my slide and stick technique. Make sure the dot goes with it. And then I'm gonna pop a couple of these on here, like sort of woohoo accents, like that. And I like things in threes or odd numbers. So let's go ahead and put one more. I'm gonna stick that on like that. Okay, so there is some bling for you, Sue, to go with our heart. And now I said we needed our tag. Okay, and if you guys are still like, okay, Meg, I don't get how this is a piñata, just hang in there. I'm gonna show you the piñata and some tips for what to put inside it. Okay, so you're going to realize that you need to string this on here, but you don't want to take your carefully tied bow apart. Never fear, here is the tip. You can take the pair of snips and just slit that little tiny bit there, and then you can pop the tag on like so. You just slide it from the side, just like that, and then you can put that back together with your fingers, and you have an easily strung tag that you don't have to worry. So if you were like making some fun boxes too ahead of time and you wanted to write your tags later, you totally could with that technique. All right, are you ready? We are going to fill our piñata. Now, what are we going to fill it with? We are going to fill it with some confetti stars, and the witch punch has this witch hat builder punch has these confetti little tiny size stars here, and there are 3 of them at a pop. So I have this piece of cardstock which is 1 1/4 inches wide, and it's just about perfect to go ahead and slide in here. So the first time I punch, I'm gonna leave this like rectangle. So the only things that punch from this 1 1/4 are the scrap and the stars, okay? So I'm gonna turn it and do another one. I get 3 stars and a scrap that's easy to grab, 3 stars and a scrap that's easy to grab. So with a 1 1/4 inch piece of paper, you can just march along here and get lots of great confetti and not have to like dig out all the little scraps. So if you've done this before, you know what I'm talking about. When you have a punch like this, sometimes it makes a lot of extra like little scrap pieces. And so then you're like, there's all these little scraps that aren't shaped like stars, and it's a pain to pick them out. So make it easy for yourself and just use a 1 1/4 inch piece of paper. And then check out all those stars that we just made in that amount of time. And super easy to pull out the scrap, okay? All right, so we have a pile of stars here from our Witch Builder Punch. And then you could also go ahead and cut up some of your some of your pretty paper here, which would make it pretty on both sides. Or if you happen to have crinkle stuffing from a past gift, I don't know where this white star came from, that's kind of funny, then you could use that. So we're gonna go ahead and pop that in there. And then of course we need probably some kind of candy, don't you think? So we would put candy in here, or like Anna said, you could put money inside here, all kinds of fun things. So here is the first look at how this works, because we're gonna have to stuff it. And I think it's easier to stuff it from the bottom. So when you pull your box bottom out, you just pull, dink, and that pull tab pulls the box open. So let's put this stuff in here. And I'm gonna scoop up all that star confetti and dump it in. Oh goodness, we're like I said, got a lot of fun pieces here. Okay, and then remember, you're gonna dump, oh, these stars don't wanna go in the box. I wonder if they're falling, no, they're not falling out the bottom. That would have been funny. All right, so now I'm gonna put my little box filler puller in, and then do just that same sort of fan shutter fold around the edge. So just kind of fold the same direction all the time, tuck the last one in, and you have your tab. So now when you pull out, here I'll do it like this, and you pull out your tab, dink, and you have all the fun stuff that falls out, okay? All right. You can also do with candy. So here is another fun version of our box. It's a little bit heavier, but not too bad. And you can, oh, the tassel. Oh my gosh, we haven't even made the tassel yet. Okay, hold on. You're gonna have to wait and see the candy version momentarily, because we have to make the tassel for this. All right, so it gets much faster to reload your confetti box each time. But let's go ahead and work with our piece here. The Iridescent Trim makes a terrific tassel. Oh my gosh, I almost forgot the tassel. Yeah, Trish says it's so cute. It is cute, but it's about to get cuter, so just wait. I'm gonna cut myself a piece that's about the width of my hand to be my tire, and then I'm going to go ahead and start to wrap around my hand. Now, if you want to make this a little bit more exact, a block, okay, we'll do it on a block, is always a great way to get a much more equal sized pieces, and it's a little easier to control because you don't have to hold it at the same time. So I'm gonna stop, I have it around 3 times, so basically I have 6 pieces. I'm going to pull this off, and I'm going to tie it in the center, okay? All right. There we go. I'm just gonna cinch it down and I'm going to tie it with a knot. Okay, now, there's a couple things that you can do here. You could hide those ends and put this through your tassel topper like this, but we're actually gonna keep those ends out because they're gonna be what's going to tie us to our tassel there. So now what I need is a little piece that's gonna tie around here to make our ends. And I'm gonna make it a little long so that the ends will kind of blend into our tassel. So this is the part where you're gonna tie to make that pretty little like ball kind of thing that goes at the top of a tassel. If you're a tassel maker, see how it's kind of coming together. If you're a tassel maker and that little area has like a name, let me know so we can build our tassel making vocabulary together. All right, but then I'm gonna take those ends and pull them down so that they're part of our tassel. Kind of see how this is coming together. And then I am going to cut the ends of those loops that we made. Okay, see how sweet this is? And then I'm going to give it a little tassel trim to get everything kind of the same length so that it looks nice. All right, and this trim is fabulous. It does shed some of its fabulousness everywhere, which just extends your party. All right, and then this piece, I'm going to go ahead and tie here onto our pull tab. So I'm gonna do it pretty close, I think, so that we don't end up with these ends floating around very far. And then I'm gonna trim them really close. I'm gonna pull it really tight so it's not gonna come off. And then I'm gonna trim these really close so that it doesn't sort of add extra bulk to our tab. All right, so see how cute this is? So you thought this was cute before, but it just keeps coming back. All right, so I'm gonna pop this back in here and fold it one more time. There we have our Get Yeti to Party tassel, okay? And I'll pull out the one here with candy in it. And then we're going to pull and out pops the candy and all the things. So I picked silver candy because it was matched. So easily fits in here one Lindor truffle, one Hershey's treasure, some fun confetti paper, and all those stars. So fun, right? Okay, is this not the sweetest little Yeti to Party thing in the world? I don't know, I just love this pinata party, mini party pinata project. So again, thank you to Kathy Roy for the inspiration back in the day. And woohoo, thank you to you guys for 300 episodes together. So like I said, it has been a joy to stamp with you all. There are always so many things to share. On Thursday, there'll be new things on the weekly deals to show you. And then most of all, I hope that you guys are having a wonderful kickoff to your week and that these fun pinata party Yetis are just going to rock things for you. So I saw a really great example or an idea to use them for money, for holiday gifts, all kinds of things. But you really are limited only by your imagination on fun ways to use them. So was it a party? 300 episodes. Thank you guys so much. And again, we are kicking off season 2 of Make Our Minds with Meg. So I'll be back on Thursday, and we are Tuesdays and Thursdays this season through the winter holidays and so forth. So, all right, guys. Let's see. Terry said super cute. Thanks, Terry. Hey, Debbie. Hey, Carol. Hey, Cindy. Let's see. Oh, Tanya said a good tip about putting the ribbon around the block. Yes, I do. And actually, if I'm cutting, like if you're getting ready for Christmas cards or something like that, and you know you need a certain length of ribbon for them, I'll just find the block that's the right size. You know, maybe it's a bigger block, and I will wrap so that I could cut easily like 30 ribbons just with one snip that are all exactly the length I need. So let's see. Oh, Kelly said another of her favorite tips is to use a shot glass to keep your glue ready. Yes. Plus you can shop for your cute glasses at fun places that you travel, like where Stampin' Up takes you. So Cannes was actually one of the ports on one of the Mediterranean cruises that Stampin' Up sent us on for working really hard as an incentive trip. So if you didn't know, you can earn trips as a demonstrator. Less than 1% of demonstrators earn them, so it's not, you know, you have to be pretty deliberate about working towards that. But keeping your shot glasses are a great way to remember some of those fun memories. So another good tip, let's see, any other good tips? Oh, and Tanya says she loved my butterfly top. Thanks, Tanya. It's actually a whole dress. Here, I dressed up for the occasion. Ta-da! Because, you know, 300 episodes. All right, guys, have a terrific day, and I will see you on Thursday for another Maker Mornings with Meg. Thank you.